Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the long layoff in between videos. Had a radio control car race that
Pit
I
lane
went to
speed limit
last
is
weekend, and
45
then had a
miles
bunch
per
of
hour.
things to catch up on outside of that once
Your
I got
exit's
back.
clear. Watch the white
So
line.
been a
Okay,
little bit
Jake.
since I've been
Got
able
2 laps to
to
get to
jump
jump
on
dead
and
lane.
do any races. Tried to get a couple in yesterday and had some bad luck and some other stuff happen that just created ones that were not worth showing you guys. So hoping that this one will finally go my way and get something for you guys to see here in the Xfinity Series, B-Class Pick Series. Week 5, Season 2, 2022 here at Kentucky. Decided to give this a run since I have never run any official races at Kentucky before, even though it's a mile and a half in a NASCAR Series car, which is one of my weak points outside of road racing. Thought it'd be fun to get a race on the track, so just gonna see what I can do. Not feeling very quick in qualifying. You can see just overstepped it off of turn 2. It's gonna create a really bad first lap, obviously not even gonna be anywhere near it, and the second lap, my guess, is going to be even worse due to heating up the rear tires. So just gonna hope maybe I can somehow find my way towards the top half of the field, pick up car number 19 out of 24, I believe it is. So
20th place. That lap was
just gonna see if I can
3.38.
try to put anything that'll improve me at all. Just gonna watch. I'd rather give up some time and be able to keep the car going than try to run it at its absolute limit. Looks like we got a few people that I'm gonna have to watch out for from connection issues. That got me in the first race, had some net code that wasn't really anything I could do about, so I have to watch out for that in this one as well. Not gonna be a very good second lap, but should be enough to hopefully move me up some.
P10.
Right around that middle point. There's 24 cars, I think, in the field, so starting on the outside is not ideal, but just going to try to do what I can. The races have actually been pretty clean for the most part, so hopefully that'll be the case and we can get a good green flag run in. I don't think I have the pace even attempting to save tires to do anything, but certainly going
That's the end of the
to
session. 10th position.
try to do what we can. So able to hold on to 10th. If I would have driven, closer to what I think I could have done, probably could have picked up a couple spots, but it wouldn't have been a massive difference. There's some fast people in the back that are going to be working their way up. The 1, the 4, the 8 are all going to be quick. Going to have to watch out for the 4. If I have to guess, he's probably going to have some connection issues, at least some blinking. There's going to be a few people that'll have that, so it's going to have to watch for everything overall and try to do the best I can to save tires. So gonna get paints refreshed. Looks like some of them already had, but get everybody refreshed back up on here. See what we can do. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one for me. I just do not have the pace. I either can save tires or I do not have the pace to run very well. So that's gonna be a bit of a struggle for me personally to be able to work my way around it. So we'll just have to see what we can do. But it looks like most people are updated, so get in the car and just try to keep it clean and see what we can get out of it. And pull up session best lap to start. Probably going to start with that, and then if we do go green for most of the race, probably 15 or 20 laps in or so, I'll switch over to last lap just to try to watch the time, see if I can find any kind of consistency, anything that keeps the tires from falling off faster, that keeps the lap times up, but or lap times down, but doesn't show the right front. So see how the start goes. See if I can try to find a hole to get to the bottom. I'm gonna try to run the bottom of one race. I tried to study a little bit from people. I was able to get a few more laps in before having problems. So it seems like some people are getting all the way to the yellow line through 1 and 2, but they're staying up about a lane off the bottom in 3 and 4. So
12 in the outside lane.
I was not doing that before, and it seems like it's a pretty popular thing. So I'm gonna try doing that in this race to start at least, and see if I can learn anything out of it. So get rolling off of pit road here. And I think with the tire fall off, if we do happen to get any cautions, any more than 10, 11 laps in, you're going to see everybody dive in for a set of tires. Whether or not that happens to occur. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, the races have been actually pretty clean overall, so I think we could have a decent shot at it going green the whole way, but just have to see. Just going to do the best that I can, try to make the most of it, try to hopefully be able to get through one without too bad of luck and finish. Not a crazy strong strength of field, but I've lost a ton of I rating in the last couple of races of this, so basically break even in safety rating, but lost like 200 in I rating. So any finish in the top half, you know, if I can go, even if I'm like 13th or so, should be a step in the right direction. At least try to build some of it back up. So just gonna try to do the best we can, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. So maybe getting ready to roll off here shortly.
Jake, get ready.
See when the leader decides to go. Leader is off and rolling.
Green.
Not a terrible start, just still got to figure out how to time these things better. Just not very good at them, so got the 17 to our inside. See, I was going to try to get him by, but the 11 and the 14 are going to run side by side. Got a little loose there off a turn 2, but able to get my way down to the bottom. Watch to see if the 14 is going to try to cut to the bottom. Use the brakes into turn 3 to start, and just roll off the throttle into 1 for now until the tires start to wear out. Able to pick up a couple spots, see where we can sort out. Just going to follow behind the 12 right now.
Keep it steady, still there. Outside line's clear.
Tap in the brakes just a little bit to stay off of the 12 as we work our way through 1 and 2. Leaders are gone, but like I said, if I can keep it anywhere near the top 10 where we started, I'll be pretty happy with that. Funny thing is, this race now I'm seeing everybody running down to the yellow line in turn 3, whereas I hadn't seen that before, so I don't know, I'm always gonna guess wrong on this stuff. Not really trying to drive by the 12 yet. Kind of fine with saving tires and just riding. You know, want to stay close enough that if I actually am able to save tires better than some of the people in front, I can try to take advantage of it later on in the run. But certainly don't need to be blasting away right now. Pretty comfortable with where I'm at. We got a decent gap back to the 14 behind, so to watch out for the 5. Guessing he'll be fast. Like I said, I would expect the 1 and the 4 to be working their way up through the field, but I feel like track position's pretty important here, pretty tough to pass at times, so just have to see what we can do. I want to try to take advantage of it. Keep myself in a better spot for a finish. Trying to do the best I can to slow the car down into the corners so I can get a little bit of better drive off the corners without stressing the right front too much. Keep it, you know, within a couple tenths of the 12, and the 12 doesn't fall off too bad from the 17 up ahead, then I'll be pretty happy with that overall. If the 12 seems to start falling off too bad from the 17, and I feel like I have the pace, you get a run like this, we'll just try to take it now. See if we get to his inside going into 3.
He's still there. Clear up high.
He might be doing a better job saving, or he might just be off the pace. I don't know. Find out. He's going to get a better run out of turn 4 down the front stretch. Kind of didn't get to take my ideal line into turn 3 to get by him.
5-5.
See if we can start working our way. See if we can clear him at all. 0.7 back from the 17. Not really looking to chase him down, just close it up a little bit. Like I said, biggest goal for me is to be close enough to them that later on in the run, if we're still green, can try to take advantage of it, but don't need to be stressing the car out too much either.
That lap time was 31.48. Alright Jake, lap times are pretty consistent.
Just gonna keep doing what I can, try to take it as easy as I can. And the biggest thing is gonna be not getting into the corners too hard. Will help with both the right front wear as well as getting enough momentum up off the corner. Looks like the 5 is definitely moving up. He's been able to get by the 14, and he's only 0.6 of a second back. He's going to be dealing with the 12, but I'm sure if he can dispatch to the 12 pretty quickly, he'll be getting his way to us in short order. So if he's moving hard, I'm not going to contend the spot with him. I'll just let him go and we fall back to 8th, we fall back to 8th, that's fine. Definitely just trying to learn all I can on these 1.5 miles. Had a bad run at Atlanta before in these cars, trying to avenge that and, you know, have a little bit of a better race, so just trying to get some good, clean experience in, not make too many mistakes, see what I can do. Certainly closing back up on the 17. Not sure if I'm pushing it too hard. Make a dumb mistake there, paying attention to something else, bounce it off the wall. Thankfully 0x hopefully didn't really do too much damage to it. Looks like the 5 has gotten stalled behind the 12 a little bit, so longer tails 2 can battle. Hopefully that'll help me stay up here with the front 6 and kind of gap the 2 of them and make it tougher for him to catch me without wearing out his tires. See, he's working to the inside off of turn 2 down the backstretch. Kind of overshot turn 3 a little bit there. He's able to clear him by quite a bit, so guessing we're going to be going back to 8th pretty soon. Just trying again, if I can catch the 17 without doing too much, I'll take that, but you know, biggest thing is just to be as kind to the right front as I can and then kind of maintain a position a little bit.
Seventh position.
Trying to back the braking points up a little bit, roll the car a little bit more through the corners before I pick the throttle back up in 3 and 4. And then gonna have to start lifting a little bit sooner going into 1 as well as using a touch of brake now. Just trying to be as kind as I can to the car. Sitting there bouncing right around anywhere from 4/10 to 6/10 with the 17. You had some side-by-side racing between the 6 and the 2 up ahead, overshoot 3 again. Really allows the 5 to close up quite a bit. 12's closed up a little bit too. He's about half a tenth, so I don't know. I think we're probably falling off a bit more than everybody behind is, so certainly going to put me in a tough spot. You can see the 5 really was able to drive it in a lot deeper into 1 than I did. Not sure again if he's able to do that and save tires the same way as me, or if he's pushing hard now and going to wear out his right front a little bit more later on and fall off a bit harder. Felt like I had to give him the bottom lane there into 3. I thought he was going to be further alongside our inside, so gave up some time to the 12 as well by doing that. Lost a little bit of time to the 17, but just going to kind of keep an eye out on him, but try to run my own line as long as I can. Probably going to be switching over to session last lap here in the near future. He's definitely diving it in harder into 3, a little bit lower than I am. And it's going to bring everybody close. I feel like I'm probably taking too shallow of an entry now into 1. That's killing the momentum. 12 dives it in big time on the 5. Pulls a bit of a crossover. Going to clear him though. Not expect him to see him do that, but I think he saw the opportunity to try to take it and decided to go. Really feeling like I wore the right front out a bit too much, so really bad corner through 1 and 2. 3 and 4 wasn't as bad, but the overall lap time was pretty bad, so.
That lap time was 32.
He's going to try to work on taking a little bit of a better arc. 12 is going to get to the inside. He's going to have to run a lane up. See if we can get a little bit of a run off of 2 to see if we can clear him down the backstretch. Just not getting slowed down in time. Just not backing up the braking point quite enough. Definitely holding the rest of the pack up. I feel like it's going to be a fight to stay in the top 10, I'm sure, but I'm going to do the best I can. I said the racing generally has been clean. It's been a bit tough to pass, but the race I've been in would have been caution-free had it not been for, you know, a couple of mistakes or a couple of problems. So it's been a good week to learn. Kind of feels like an ARCA race in a sense. 5 is falling back just a hair.
Your lap time
Not
was
sure if he's just
32.
cooling tires off and letting the 12 go or what he's doing.
He's still there.
12 just dives it in, runs up the track, makes contact with our inside. I had to lift and counter steer a little bit so that allows the 5 to get a big run, so we're going to drop another spot.
Clear low. Inside.
Hate when people just have no regard for making a pass clean.
Inside clear.
You can see the 5 do the same thing. He just dove it in, pushes up, so crossover, get underneath him going into turn 1.
Still there. Clear high.
E8.
Suppose this gets you guys
Clear.
exciting battles, but it's not the kind of race I obviously want to run. 5's going to fall back. 1's already weighed his way up. We got the 14 right behind us. The 1's working to the inside of the 5. 12's just been able to pull away. I know I've destroyed my right front and I am a sitting duck for everybody right now, but just trying to do the best I can to maintain something out of it. Sad thing is we're not even to halfway yet. So I got a long, long way to go to be able to hold everybody off if I want to maintain a top 10.
Low side.
Just cannot figure out how these guys are cutting in so hard without destroying the right front. I don't know if I'm going to see a difference later on in the run, or if there's something they're doing differently than I'm not doing.
Car exits in the pits, heads up.
Clear inside.
You've just done a 32.86.
12 gets the wall. 14 almost gets me into 1. 5 is sitting behind the 1. Got the 15 who's going to be on fresh tires coming out. We'll see what the speed difference is. The 1 I'm going to have no shot at being able to hold off. Looks like he might have made some contact with the 14 going into 3. Turn the chat up so I can hear what they're saying. Twelve has fallen off quite a bit from the 17. We've been able to close that gap back up, but of course the 1's going to be able to get to our inside, go on by us.
Coming up on the inside.
Just have no choice but to let him go. 14 is going to take advantage of that and try to go inside.
Still there.
Try to get a little bit of a run off the corner.
Clear inside. Got one on the inside. Clear low.
Slot in right in between the 1 and the 14. Try to learn from the 1 as much as I can. See if I can get a run with him if we can close up to 12 and go back on by 12. Now I feel like I turned it in too shallow. It's going to kill my run off the corner. You're going to see the 14 get a really good run. Look for him to cut underneath. 1 pulls away big time. 14 kind of pushing me down the straightaway. As long as he doesn't do it into the corner, we should be fine. He's going to dive to the inside. I got to let him go. Just try to do the best I can to get a run off the corner. Thought I heard him lift on the inside of us. He does a good job keeping it off us at least. Ooh, the brake bias back a little bit. Probably picked up the throttle a bit too early there through turn number 3. One's going to go to the inside of the 12. Unfortunately, I'm not close enough to be able to take advantage of that. Five's falling back a little bit of the 14. A little too loose there off of turn 2. Kind of killed the momentum. I mean, I feel like unless people can make a big gain, even if the 14 and the 5 get by me, it's still in that top half that I was looking to be in. So definitely could be worse.
Still there.
A good side-by-side battle with the 14, which is not good for catching the 12 and not good for my tires, but it's what it is. I'm an idiot, clip the wall going into 1, allows the 14 to clear on by. Try to get a run off of turn 2, see if I can get to his inside.
Still there. Keep it steady. Still there.
It's going to put him at the advantage through 3 and 4. He just drives right into my right rear for some reason. Don't think he judged his run that well. That allows the 5 to get on by him. It's also allowing the 11 to close up a little bit. see what the 5 wants to do. He's going to dive to the inside.
Hold your line.
Trying to give him the bottom, but trying to pinch him down a little bit. 14's going to try to follow in line behind him.
Still there. Clear low.
Fun side-by-side battles for middle of the pack, I suppose.
P9.
While I just absolutely destroy my right front.
Still there.
Trying to get the run off the corner to clear the 5. 14's getting run on the outside. See if he's actually going to try to go to my outside into 1, or if he's going to cut underneath.
That was at 33.13.
That's what he does. Do the same thing I did to the 5, and just give him bottom lane, but try to pinch him down a little bit.
Still there.
See if we can get a little bit better run off of turn number 2. 14 gets a much better run this time down the backstretch, so not able to clear him. He slides up into me.
Coming up on the
Tired of
inside.
people just not making these moves stick. Allows the 5 to get on by as well, so back to 11th. It's frustrating that people have no regard for trying to make passes clean. I guess that's the new mentality of racing in general, which obviously we've seen that happen in real life. It's just super frustrating. Guys just use you as an outside wall to lean on. I get I'm slower, but try to have some self-respect and get by me cleanly. Don't think I have anything for anybody. Biggest goal now, with how much the 11 and the 7 were able to catch up, is just to try to see if I can stay ahead of them and finish 11th.
Last lap time was at
We're on lap 30,
33.10.
so just 16 to go. Don't think I have any shot at getting these two. I think they're both faster than me, but gonna keep digging. Try to do the best I can. I might have brushed the wall going into turn 3. We'll look at tires after the race. I don't even want to look at it. I guarantee you I'm going to be the way it went, probably in the 50s on the right front, which is not going to be good. But last third of the race, 15 to go.
33.04.
Trying to be as kind as I can to the right front. Get as much momentum off the corners as possible. 5's falling back from the 14, so 5's going to likely be the only shot at a top 10 unless the 12 really falls that far back. He's 1.6 ahead. And I'm guessing we're not going to get there since that opened up to 1.7. 0.3 up to the 12. Gap back to the 11 has stayed at 0.5, so you keep an eye on that. Hopefully that doesn't close up too quickly. Guess you got some good side-by-side battles for 7th through 11th. Courtesy of me shredding my right front. Yeah, 5 starting to pull away. Maintaining the gap with the 12 and the 11, but that's not going to be good enough for trying to improve the position. Clip the apron a little bit. It's going to shoot me up the track a hair. And I get the car upset. You can see all the time I lose out of turn 2. Just cannot figure out this entry into turn 3 at any point for speed without destroying the right front. 14 looks like he got a little loose off of turn 4. Able to pull a 10th on the 11, so
You've just done
at least helps give me a little bit of breathing room to try to stay in 11th.
Good consistency. Keep coming.
Try to get a little better run through 1 and 2 that time. 14's going to end up getting the 12 in short order here. Took the throttle a little too early there through 3. Needed to roll it just a little bit more. Lost a bit more time off of that. Throwing back some of the progress I made through 1 and 2.
That was at 33.
Clip the wall again like an idiot, just trying to push it too far out and not being smart enough to realize my limits. Need to do a better job of relearning where in visual references is the edge of the car so that I can take it as close to the wall without doing that. Trying to do a better job of getting through 3 and 4. Pulling away from the 11, but lost some time to the 5.
Your lap lap time was 33.
14's able to get by the 12. Got just 10 to go. Don't think I'm going to have anything for the 5, but again, going to give it all that I can, as it looks like the 5's kind of doing the same thing that I'm doing. Really shallow entry into 3, terrible entry into 3. .7 up to the 5.8, back to the 11, so one away from the 11, but also losing time to the 5. And we get a caution, so that's going to give us a late race pit stop with a very short run to the finish. No reason to try to take a gamble and stay out. I think everybody's going to be coming in for 4 tires. Wish we would have just finished the race out. I felt like I had a better shot at staying in 11th than with this being on a short run, but certainly going to do what I can out of it to pull off a top half finish. Lap times fell off enough that there's no reason to try to stay out and hold everybody off. If we had like a lap to go, maybe I could understand, but not with us coming across the line to get 7 to go. Switch back to session best lap, because we're going to be pushing the tires as hard as we can. It's going to be simulating qualifying laps, which I guess gives me a chance to redeem myself from qualifying, but obviously we know I was sketchy in qualifying too, so that doesn't bode well for the last run to the checker.
Who's the one that stays out?
The leader is pitting now.
Certainly not going to be me to be the one to stay out.
What's your speed? Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour.
Hope is that I can come out in 11th if possible and be able to restart on the inside.
2, 1. Box now.
Overshot the pit box, so we're going to be going further back. Just terrible move on my part. We'll see how many people go by and try to minimize it. Not going to take the optional if I can avoid it. Yeah, we're losing a lot of spots off of that. Just a complete unforced error on my part. No idea where I'm at in relation to some of these cars back here. And we'll see how far we sort out. Looks like the 11's got some rear end damage. Not sure if that's going to affect him at all in the restart. Certainly going to try to do my best to push as hard as I can. 56.75, 56.79, 56.79, 52.75. I guess we weren't terrible. I mean, not as good as I wanted to be, but if we would have continued to stay out, it obviously would have been worse, so. Guessing we're going back to probably 15th or 16th. Just keep me on the inside row, give me a shot to get to somewhere like 12th or 13th, and I'll be happy with that. I mean, we should still be ahead at 19th, so I guess in that sense, we're still doing better than what I was expected to do. Just sucks when I make an unforced error like that to give up a bunch of spots that I didn't need to. Let's see how we go this time. See how far back we sort, and we are 16th. Nice. That's going to be a fun one. On the outside, and need to pick up 3 or 4 spots. That's not going to be fun. Not sure why we're all checking up and taking our time. I swear pacing in Oval Series has gotten worse lately. We're going to be restarting with just 3 laps to go, so it's going to be a mad dash. And we'll have 1 green-white checker attempt should we need it. Probably just going to try to heat the tires up with the brakes. On 1 to go. Get as much heat into it as I can. I'm not really worried about tire temps or wear in terms of, long runs, since we've only got 3 laps, so. It's going to be all about getting the best grip I can, get the best restart I can, trying to pass everybody in any way that I can, whether it's high side or low side. I'm not really going to be too preferred to one line over the other. It's just whatever is going to get me by cars as quickly as possible. I'm just going to give it all I got for the last few laps of the race to close it out. No idea how I'm gonna stack up compared to some of these guys in terms of fresh tires. So just have to see what happens. We get the one to go this time, so we'll get lined up on the outside.
Okay, Jake, get ready. Race will resume.
Haven't
at
really
the end
gotten
of
to
this
see the
lap.
23 at all to know what he's capable of. Trying to get some heat into the brakes and tires. Just trying to help it as much as I can so I have as much grip as possible going into turn 1 on the restart. And we will actually have 4 to go, not 3 to go. That was my fault. So I guess one extra lap helps with trying to pick off people. 1 car lap and I can get back to 12 and be happy with that. See how early the leader decides to go this time. Alright, gonna be getting ready to go. Just gonna try to time this as best as I can. Off and rolling. Get another terrible restart. 11 gets into a wreck, or 11 shot up high. I think that was the 13 that had an issue.
Got one inside.
13
Got
place.
the 8 to the inside.
They're low. One car inside.
Sit here on the high side, try to clear him off of turn number 2 if I can without getting loose.
Still there.
Try to see if I can close back up to the 23. We still got the 8 to the inside.
Still there.
Overshoot turn 3. It's going to give me a really bad run out of 4.
Keep it steady. Still there.
Trying to work my way to the outside of the 8, see if I can clear him down the front stretch.
Still there.
At least we're able to pick up a few spots with that restart. Up to 13th.
32.31.
Really trying to dig here through 1 and 2. We've got 1 car that's loose up front. Able to get a little bit of a better run on the 23. Not quite there to dive underneath him going into 3. Trying to stick with the 23 so I can pull away from the 8. See if we can get any more spots here in the last 2 laps.
New fastest lap for
We got a wreck up here, and the caution comes out.
Watch out.
And we're going to get the green-white checker. So it's going to put us into 12th. There's 1 car having an issue. Did not see what happened. Just saw him spinning. I waited quite a while to throw out the caution. I thought he was in the groove quite a bit longer than what it should have been for getting a caution thrown
Line
out.
up single file behind car 23.
I think I barely made a bit of contact with the 23 there. I think he slowed down. I don't know. Probably should have backed off and stayed off a little bit, but no harm, no foul. Still a 0x, thankfully. And yeah, I think we should be 12th. So technically, got the 4 spots I wanted. Gonna have to do it all over again. No reason to come to pit road. I think that would be a dumb idea. I think everybody that's just maybe somebody in the back tries, but I think everybody up here stays out. So we restarting on the outside again. Gonna have 2 to go when we get it. And gonna have to give it all I can. Try to do what I can. See if I can claw a couple more spots. Maybe claw back to that top 10 if possible. No idea what the 11 was doing. He dove way in on that start. I think he was on the inside, but he shot up high, which is technically legal. Just looked like he wasn't really concerned with where anybody was. So 12 and the 14.
It's now 95.
12 and the 5 trying to fake people out. You see the 5 come back up on the track. I don't think he was going to catch anybody. We'll see what the 11 is. He is lap car on the lead lap back 20th. So, yeah, we'll have to take a look and see what happened after the race there too.
We all make mistakes.
Not see what happened. I just saw him go high. The next thing you know, I thought it was the 13. I saw it go around, but I could be wrong.
Gonna hurt on the iRating, but I'll get it back.
do the same thing again and try to heat the tires up for the start. It seemed to help make it feel a little bit better, give me a little bit more confidence. I was trying not to push it too hard as well, watching, that I didn't self-spin on the outside of the 8 on that initial lap, so it seemed to help me a little bit, but it could have been also me just driving a little bit smarter, but see what we can do. I guess the more laps we run, with it still being at a 0x, it's more to pad the safety rating and help grind that back up as well. Should be, at least if I don't finish any worse than 12th or 13th, I should at least be in line for a marginal iRating gain, maybe 10, something like that, 10 or 15. Not as strong of a strength of field as some of the races I've been in this week in this series, but still good enough compared to my iRating. I think I'm at like, mid 2200s or something like that, so should be strong enough that I can gain something out of it for being around here, or if I get to a top 10. I'm gonna get 2 to go.
We're under caution,
So
pits are
we'll be
closed.
restarting on lap 49, so we'll have 50 laps in total in this race, so 5 more than the scheduled 45. Which again, hopefully should help the safety rating a little bit if we can avoid getting at anything late race. Not really going to be much of a point looking at the tires now. After the race, they're going to be... Right front's definitely going to show some excess wear, but not really concerned about tire wear right now. It's all about trying to run as quickly as I possibly can. Just pick up whatever spots I can. See if I can get any better of a restart this time, stay closer to the 5. The outside line is able to keep pace with the inside line, and nothing else. Even if I could just pick off a spot off the 23, that'd be great. Any spots I can gain right now, I'm going to be thrilled with. Would love to obviously pick up 2 and get to a 10th place, finish where we started.
Pace
But
car is out, pits are closed.
any spots I can pick up, I'll be happy, and I'm going to try to do what I can to minimize the risk of losing any spots from behind as well. Get the 1 to go this time. Again, we'll ride the brakes and try to heat him up a little bit. 23 looks like he's got some right front damage.
Pace car's in this lap.
Just gonna try to get as much heat into the tires as I can. Don't think I have much for anybody up here, but whatever I can get, I will gladly take. I definitely was quick early in the run. We saw him catching, so feel pretty good about starting behind him. Hopefully, that he should be able to make some moves. It's not like he's going to be way off the pace, slow that I'm going to get stuck behind him. So feeling pretty good about that part. I'm honestly more worried about me screwing something up and being a liability than I am the 5. 12 was a bit nuts. 14 I think is up front. Yeah, 14's in 6, so not going to get up there to where I have to worry about him and any kind of dive bombs or anything like that. Just going to get ready to go, try to give it the best shot that I can. Off and rolling. I think the 9 was the one that had the loose issue before. 5 was able to come in front of the 12. A little bit of a better restart, able to pull on the 23. Gonna have the 12 to the inside through 1 and 2. Just gonna try to get the best run here on the outside. See if I can get a run on the 5, able to get by the 12. It's at least up to a top 10 now. Got the 10 way up high. 3 and 4. Trying to work my way off of 3 and 4 with the best run possible. Gonna take a bit of a wide shot. I get the white flag this time.
Coming up low side. Clear low.
White flag, one more.
Trying to defend more from behind than I am to get by the 5. Decided to check up and stay off of him. Maybe we can try to get to the inside of the 10, follow him to the inside of the 10 through 3 and 4 and see if we can pick up another spot. Try to do my best to stay off the 10, not gonna be able to get there. Hopefully can just stay ahead of the 12. 5 gets loose there off of 4.
You got one on the inside.
Not gonna be able to get by him on the outside though.
Still there. They're inside.
P9.
I'm not sure if we actually got 9th. We might have gotten the 5 right there at the line. Got loose off of 4 and lost all the momentum,
Got
but
14. Fresh tires. Wonder here.
I feel like worst I'm gonna do is 10th, so I will gladly take that. Kind of got into a bit of a conservative mode there at the end to try to
You're gonna win anyways. I think.
stay ahead. But yeah, that was
You were able to salvage something out of it.
it was a good finish for sure.
You know.
Just see how it we can all
It's
look
all
at it
good. I mean,
afterwards.
stuff happens. It is what it is.
Turn the chat down. Take a look at everything afterwards.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. Box in.
Target.
30,
We can take a look
108
at the
feet.
finish and see what happened. That's certainly going to be interesting to watch. So take a look at those last few laps and see. I want to see what the 11 did. So we'll get fast forwarded here to what was going to be the restart. All right. So we're restarting here. You're going to see him on the inside. All right, this is where I want to see what happens. So the 13's just up ahead. He's laying back. He gets a big run. Cuts to the outside. Was that netcode? Because the 13 looks like he spun the tires. So let's look at this from 13's perspective. I think the 13 just spun tires, honestly. Like, getting ready to go. I don't know. It's hard to say if he spun tires. And then he shot up the track, did a good job blocking it up to try to avoid. I want to see if he actually made contact with the 11 or if it was just netcode. Yeah, that's netcode because you can see I'm already starting to turn back to the left and never actually made contact with the 11, and that sent the 11 down the track. So that's what sent the 11 all the way back, and that's what kept the 13 closer to the front. So yeah, it's hard to say. I think that was just like either a weird spin off of a shift or something in terms of getting back on it. That's what looked like what happened with the 13. But let's take a look from our perspective at that last restart as well. That was certainly an exciting one. So I'm gonna get going here. I tried to time this as best as I could. I still just cannot figure out that jump. Like, I cannot get going quite early enough to stay with them. Personally speaking, if I'm calling the rules, like, the 5 made a lane change. I mean, he passed to the outside, so he's not wrong there. Well, so I guess from that perspective, he did. In most of my leagues, you would not have been allowed to make that change that he did. So he did get by the 12 on the outside, though. So we were able to get a really good start. 12 just didn't get going. So able to clear the 23, no problem. Had the 12 to the inside. You can see I held to the outside to clear him. Was actually able to get by him. 5 kind of saw me coming. Blocked the run down to the bottom of the track. Fine, no problem. I see the 10 up high. So I'm going to I kind of overdrove turn 3 a little bit. But I was going to kind of figure out if there was a line that was running faster than the other that I could pick up a spot or two. Get a good run on the 5. Swung it out high so I could keep my momentum up without getting into him. Saw the 10 up high, so that's where I decided to go to the bottom, stick behind the 5, see if we could freight train to the 10. Pick up a spot that way with a little less risk of losing anything from the back. Try to get down to the bottom, just not a good enough entry there. A little bit of side-by-side. Can't tell if the 5 made contact with the 10 or if he just got loose underneath them. I think we did get the 5 there at the line. I think we did just get him. Let's take a look at that frame by frame. Yeah, we did get the 5 at the line. Does give us the 9th place finish, so I had him by 5 thousandths of a second, so able to improve my finish position by 1 spot. I will gladly take that. That's certainly a nice turnaround for where we were. So Yeah, it was an exciting green white checker finish. That was definitely a lot of fun. So let's take a look at the results, see how those did. Should be a pretty decent one. So again, 28-31 strength of field, top split of 4. See, managed to gain 0.15 on the safety rating, so hopefully a couple more races like that should be able to get the zero point 0.4 bump and be close to 4.0, if not really, over top of it, and be able to get back up to A license and managed to gain 49 in iRating. So I'll gladly take that, just over 2,300 now. So a few races like that. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of races like that to make up what I lost in the couple of races that I tried to get this. But nice to get that in. Could actually see the one was a Coke driver, so I guess nice to run with him. We were quite a bit off. Looks like a 31.005 was the fast lap in terms of singular. Yeah, we were about a quarter of a second off of that. So can't really complain about that. I'm terrible at these, so to be anywhere near where I was, I'm pretty happy with that overall. Glad to have gotten out of it with 0 incidents. It was a pretty fun race. I think we actually stood to pick up a couple spots compared to where we would have if that caution hadn't come out. So I guess that worked out in my benefit when I didn't expect it to. So 10 fell back quite a bit after starting on the pole. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Feel free to leave your feedback of what we looked at. If there was anything in race you would have done differently, how you save tires in these cars. I know in theory it should be a similar thing to the ARCA series. They still drive a little bit different, so I'm trying to learn that a little bit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one overall. And until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.